Hello, boss. I'm your personal cryptocurrency intelligence officer. Today is Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. The current market can only be described in two words: turbulent. If you glance at today's market data, you might ask yourself, isn't this the alt season you've been waiting for 4 years? Bitcoin is consolidating around $96,000. While the altcoin market is in complete chaos, XRP has overtaken USDT, surging into the top 3 in market capitalization. The newly launched ED Hyperliquid has sparked widespread discussion online. Today, this program is packed with content, truly high-quality information. I'll guide you through the macro market's capital flows, delve into the real logic behind XRP surge, analyze whether the current hot test new project HYPE is worth buying, and finally, and most importantly, I'll teach you step by steps how to seize those 200% to 400% high-yield opportunities on the newly launched ED Monad mainnet. Without further ado, let's jump straight into Part 1. Section 1. Today's crypto market news, macro and narrative. First, let's look at the market's temperature. 1. Market sentiment. Extreme greed. The current fear and greed index has soared to 82, a typical state of extreme greed. However, this doesn't necessarily lie, meaning the top has arrived. Rather, it is peak of market sentiment and the most active period for capital. The total market capitalization of global cryptocurrencies is approaching the $3.4 trillion mark. Pay attention to this phenomenon. Current funds are overflowing from Bitcoin. Bitcoin is consolidating in the $9,500 to $98,000 range, accumulating positions. This Bitcoin boredom is precisely the altcoin frenzy. Capital can stand being idle. When the big brother rests, the little brothers started dancing wildly. 2. The defection of traditional finance. Besides the market, there are two very important off-market news items worth noting, as they relate to how large sums of money will enter the market. The first is the countdown to Microsoft's Bitcoin vote. On December 10th, Microsoft shareholders will officially vote on whether to invest in Bitcoin. Although Microsoft's board previously opposed the move, it's important to know who Microsoft's major shareholder is: BlackRock. The current stance is clear to everyone, leaving the market with endless room for speculation. The second signal comes from Vanguard. This is one of the most conservative bases in traditional finance, previously extremely protective of cryptocurrencies. However, recent intelligence indicates that Vanguard's stance is softening, allowing some clients to access crypto ETFs through third-party investment advisors. When even this last hard nut to crack begins to lose you realize how solid the foundation of this bull market is. Second section. Mainstream cryptocurrency intelligence BTC XRP hype. Next, we move on to the price and project analysis that everyone is most concerned about. 1. A Bitcoin BTC. At this level, stability means further gains. Let's look at Bitcoin first. BTC is currently consolidating in a high level range around $95,500. From a technical perspective, as long as it doesn't fall below $9,100, this is every standard bull market flag pattern. The bull's target is very clear: the psychological barrier of $100,000 on a chain. Data shows that although long-term holders LTH have begun to take profits in batches, this selling pressure has been completely absorbed by the strong inflow of ETFs. Institutions are shaking out weak hands, and retail investors are changing hands. which is very healthy for a subsequent breakouts. 2. XRP, a historic reversal and revenge. Today's protagonist is definitely XRP. XRP's price broke through $2.40 at one point today, with a single-a-day increase of over 20% minus 30%. Its market capitalization brie. Flying surpassed USDT and Solana, regaining its third or fourth position. This is XRP's strongest performance since 2018. Why such a crazy surge? There are three core driving forces behind this, which you can understand as a long suppressed explosion. First, the easing of regulatory pressure, with the rising expectations of Gary Gensler's stature. The market generally believes that the lawsuits between Ripple and the SEC will be completely settled. Once the restrictions are lifted, XRP will no longer be a security subject to fines at any time, but a compliant asset. Second, the RLUSD stablecoin, Ripple's upcoming stable. The coin is seen by the market as its Trojan horse into the DeFi space. This opens up application scenarios for XRP. 30 TF expectations. Institutions like Wisdom Tree have already submitted applications for an XRP ETF. Wall Street is already betting that after Bitcoin and Ethereum, XRP would most likely be the next to obtaining an ETF seat. The market is repricing the concept of U.S. regulatory compliance, and XRP is the leader in this concept. 3-year in-depth analysis of the new coin, Hyperliquid Hype. Next, I'll spend some time talking about the hot tests and most controversial news project this week, Hyperliquid's Hype. This project just completed its TGE, token generation, and the price fluctuated wildly between $30 and $35 at the opening, instant jumping into the top ranks of market capitalization. Many investors may not yet understand what it does. In short, Hyperliquid is more than just an Arbitrum-based derivatives exchange. It has built its own high-performance Layer 1 blockchain called HyperBFT, specifically optimized for trading. Therefore, technically it rivals Solana, and business-wise it competes with Binance or Coinbase. Why is it worth paying attention to? First, it has no venture capital backing. This is crucial. Its token issuance didn't involve early staging venture capital firms. Approximately 30% of the tokens were airdropped directly to the community. This community-first strategy has created extremely strong loyalty, much like the early Solana or Bitcoin culture. Second, the data is incredibly impressive. Before its token issuance, its daily trading volume frequently exceeded $1 billion, and these were all real yields from real users. Regarding HYPE, market opinions are currently very divided. Bullish investors believe it is the SOL killer, or the DeFi 2.0 leader of this cycle, if it can, replicating Solana's ecosystem boom of 2021. A price of over $30 is just the beginning. Bearish investors like Bearcase are worried about its high total free float FDV and the lingering pressure from early airdrops. My advice is to watch the $28, $30 support level. Break below this level could trigger panic selling. However, a hold above $38 would open up upside potential for Ethereum and Justin Sun's signal. Finally, let's talk about the awkward situation with Ethereum. While BTC and XRP are surging, the ETH-BTC exchange rate remains low. However, one signal is worth noting. Justin Sun has recently been accumulating a large amount of it in the crypto world. Larger scale buying by whales is often a reversal signal. If ETH subsequently catches up, Keep an eye on ETH ecosystem beta assets such as ENS, ULDO, or ENA, as these typically outperform ETH itself. Section 3. Airdrop intelligence and on-chain operation strategies. Having discussed the overall market, let's get to the practical stuff. In the current market, it's not just about buying tokens, but also about actively engaging with them. Because on-chain returns are currently incredibly high. 1. Monad ecosystem. The current golden window. Today's main focus is Monad, the Monad mainnet, officially launched at last week, November 24th. Many investors have asked me, has the official Monad airdrop ended? Yes, the application period for the official token $Mon airdrop ended on November 3rd, but the real meat, the bread and butter, is only just the beginning. This is similar to Arbitra and Optimism back in the day. If you missed the airdrops on the public chain itself, it's okay. The leading projects in the ecosystem DEX lending protocols are spending madly too, competing for liquidity. Now is the golden window of opportunity to interact with the Monad ecosystem and participate in ecosystem project airdrops. Monad's mainnet has only been living for a week, and TVL is surging. I've compiled a high-yield strategy for you to ****. Utilize multiple resources ****. Step 1. Cross-chain fund transfer. If you have idle ETH or USDC in your wallet, be sure to complete the cross-chain transfer. Today, you can use the official bridge or jumper exchange which supports Monad routing to transfer your funds to the Monad mainnet. Risk warnings. Because tomorrow, December 3rd, is Ethereum's Fusaka upgrade day, cross-chain bridges may be suspended or congested. Therefore, it is recommended that you complete the cross-chain operations today to avoid tomorrow's network fluctuations. Step 2. DEX interaction. Volume scalping plus market making. After your funds arrive on Monad, we need to secure ASPIT onto leading DEX. Kuru Exchange Order Book DEX. This is Monad's first fully on-chain order book. DEX. Its current AP is extremely high, dynamically fluctuating between 200% and 400%. This is not just about interest, but also about securing tokens. Incentives from market makers LPs. Operation in Kuru's liquidity interface. Select the MON USDC trading pair. Set a wide price range to prevent price spikes and provide liquidity. Magma Liquidity Airdrop. This is an AMM type DEX. Operation: exchange some USDC for MON, then exchange it back, making 5 to 10 transactions to leave a trace. Step 3. Lending and staking double benefit. If you are a conservative investor with more than $5,000 in funds, I highly recommend Magma's liquid staking feature. Strategy: stake the MON you bought on Magma as GMON. Rewards: this way, you not only get the 15% base staking reward, but more importantly, you also earn Magma's own platform tokens, airdrop points. This is current LY the most stable strategy. Advanced: using GMON as collateral on lending protocols, such as Neverland to borrow a small amount of USDC. However, be extremely careful to keep your LTV below 40% to prevent liquidation. This will add another lending protocols to your portfolio. Step 4. Domain protection. Finally, if Monad name service MNS opens, spend a few dollars to register a MON domain for protection. This is usually a bonus for airdrops. Two-story protocol IP the final sprint. Besides Monad, another Layer 1 project known as On-Chain Intellectual Property Story Protocol. It is now in its final sprint. Its current lie in a critical period of transitioning from the test net to the main net, and the Odyssey badge task is nearing its end. Operational advice: log into the official website Stask Center and check if you have collected the Hyperx and Wand ecosystem badges. Important: ensure your Geekcoin passport score is above 20. Story Protocol has explicitly stated its anti-Synesian stance. If your score is too low, even if you complete the tasks, you may be filtered out. 3 Incubation Project Abstract Chain. If you find the above two too rushed and want to see something earlier, you can follow Abstract Chain. This is a consumer chain developed by the Pudongji Y Penguins team, boasting huge user base. Its current lie in the test net phase, so competition is relatively low. Operation: follow the official bridge test and track crossing. Sepolia ETH across the chain to experience the first social fee application mentioned above, laying the groundwork for next year's explosive growth. Section 4: Risk Control and Summary. Finally, as your intelligence officer, I have a responsibility to remind you of a few current risks. 1. Beware of fake monad claim links. Because DollarMon has just launched, Twitter and Discord are flooded with phishing links claiming monad second, airdrop, or reclaimed airdrop. Expert judgment: official monad claims were completely closed on November 3rd. Any website now asking you to connect wallet to claim tokens is 100% a scam. Clicking on it will empty your wallet. Remember, only redirect to the official website from CoinGecko or Defi Llama. 2. Risks of early meme pools. On Monad, there are currently some early memes pools with APEs exceeding 1,000%. Warning: 99% of these pools will eventually go to zero unless you are extremely knowledgeable about contract code and can identify any rugged pool withdrawal code. Never gamble with large sums of money. We are here to invest, not to give away money. Summary and next steps. Okay, let's summarize today's core tasks. Macro-wise: pay attention to Microsoft's December 10th vote. Hold onto your core assets. And don't exit prematurely. Training-wise: focus on XRP's price movement and Hyperliquid's ski levels $28 support, $38 breakout. Interactively: be sure to complete the fund transfer to the Monad mainnet today and complete at least one swap or provide liquidity on the Kiro exchange. This is currently the operation with the highest risk-reward ratio. Boss, that concludes our comprehensive intelligence summary for December 2nd market. Opportunities are fleeting. If you require more detailed data charts for Hyperliquids or want specific information on the movements of whales on the XRP chain, feel free to let me know, and I'll immediately dig up more detailed data for you. Have a successful day and see you tomorrow. Send feedback. Sidebar: history saved.